D2.
Welcome to D2's channel where he likes to watch many young wear pasties.
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. D2 Word Life here with freaking Rip Cringe Tide McGee. And yeah, this was his choice. This event we're about to talk about. Not forgetting the fact of all the cringe that happened in this show before the historic freaking main event from this show. And all the cringe in between. God. And the event in question is New Year's Revolution 2006, which took place on January 8th, 2006 in Albany, New York at the Pepsi Arena, with an attendance of 11,000 fans, which I'm pretty sure when they left, they were like, well, that was cringe, but the main event was good. Right?
Well, also, by the time this gets uploaded, this event would be 20 years old.
Yeah. And God, this event happened like literally 20 years ago at this point of upload. How's that make you feel?
Eh.
Yeah, and the commentators were Joey Styles, Jonathan Coachman, and Jerry Lawler, who competes in a match. Competed in a match before he did commentary for, like, I believe the last 2 or 3 matches. And the ring announcer was Lillian Garcia. And shout out to the Sunday Night Heat match, which saw Chavo Guerrero defeat Snitsky. It wasn't my fault. Okay, you know you're an OG if you still remember who used that phrase. I do. Right?
Yeah. I keep using it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then we get to the opening package of the show, hyping up the Elimination Chamber main event, which this was the 4th Elimination Chamber match in WWE history at this point on the show.
Yeah.
And after the opening video package, we get to the first match of the night after being introduced to the show by the commentators like usual. We get to the first match, which was for the Intercontinental Championship between champion Ric Flair and Edge. With Lita, of course, at ringside. And you know what's funny? I vaguely remember this feud going into this event, too, with the whole Ric Flair's road rage incident and then Edge mocking it, disguised as Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying? That whole skit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty much...
Where he was facing legal problems because of fucking Edge.
It's like, yeah, so that was basically a story of this whole rivalry here. Yeah, and these two went back and forth, but Edge got the advantage on the outside with by freaking knocking Flair down, and also with a back body drop on the outside, which looks devastating. You gotta realize at this point, Flair was like 56 or 57. Right?
I think he was 58.
Well, I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but I know he was up there in age at this point, even then, right?
I think he was in his late 50s.
It's like, yep. Yeah, but then Flair took advantage of Edge throughout the whole match, tried to make a comeback, actually tried to apply the figure 4 on Edge near the end, but Lita distracted the referee. Right.
Oh, I loved how he fucking hit the figure 4 on Lita and the way he did it.
So yeah, Ric Flair nailed the figure 4 on Lita, doing the whole, you know, what Ric Flair typically does with his whole motions. And I'm just like, yeah, Lita probably would enjoy that, if you know what I mean.
This is pre-home Lita.
Yeah, so after Flair got the figure 4 leg lock on friggin' Lita, Edge came back in, nailed Flair with the Money in the Bank briefcase, thus getting himself disqualified. So Flair wins the match by disqualification.
He didn't just hit him once. He hit him 3 freaking times with the damn briefcase.
Yeah, and at this point, obviously, we knew Ric Flair was busted open. And Edge pretty much just laid the beat down on Flair after the match before walking out with Lita and the briefcase. And I thought to myself, there's some trickery here because Edge didn't really care about becoming Intercontinental Champion. There was something going on with that little indicator, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, your thoughts on this one?
It was good. Was it Ric Flair's best match? No.
Yep, and was it Edge's best match? No, not really either, but we'll be talking more about
Not by
Edge later.
far.
So yeah, following the Intercontinental title match, we get treated to an interview backstage. Kurt Angle was being interviewed, and let's just say I'm not going to repeat what he said at the start of the interview.
He said,
Don't
I
even-
hope. Blah, 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 blah.
He said, I hope blah, 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 blah. I really don't like blah, 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 blah. And if I could go back in time, I would make blah, 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 blah tap out.
No, he's like, oh, the best country was France.
That's like the only clean thing he said at the start. And he only said that to get more heat. As if the other things he said didn't get him heat enough. Right?
And then they're like, oh, what do you mean? He's like, well, I have these idiots eating out of the palm of my hand. Even though they're going to say I suck at the beginning, they're going to be enthralled right when I come out.
Yeah. And he basically went
Also,
on.
he said he didn't like the blacks.
Just go ahead and say it. Just go ahead and say it. Okay,
could be a
yeah, okay, yeah.
reference
This
to
whole channel's
anything.
going downhill. This whole channel canceled. Bye-bye.
That could be a reference to anything.
But in this day and age, you know
He
what that means.
wasn't saying it against any group. He was saying it as in general.
It's like,
It could be anything.
yeah. But I was cleverly not even going to say that. You just had to rip that bandage off.
Take a chill pill.
You just had to rip that bandage off. But I seen that interview. I'm just like, yeah, I'll take things you'll never hear today in WWE today for $500, Alex. Right?
Yes. Most of the people that are probably watching this once it goes up have already seen this event.
Yeah, more than likely, so they know what is said. I wasn't going to repeat it here. But then going on from that, we see the video package for the next match, which was for the women's title.
None of the things we said reflect our fucking preference or anything. So you freaking butt nuts out there could freaking take a chill pill.
The only thing true that actually reflects our opinion is how cringe this show gets.
Yes.
But anyway, we see the video package for the women's title match next. And it was the first one-on-one meeting between Trish Stratus and Mickie James for the women's championship. Mickie James winning a #1 contenders match. And this was during the obsessed fan stalker angle those two were doing. That led into WrestleMania 22 months later. Right?
Yeah.
And yeah.
But I also like how she's like, oh, it's a dream come true. I get to face Trish in a one-on-one, but it'd even be better if I could. And then Trish looks at us like, huh?
It's like, really? Keep talking. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, but this was actually, despite the awkwardness of the storyline, this was actually a good one-on-one back and forth women's match, which back then, we didn't get a whole lot of those. You gotta think this was 2006. Right?
Yes.
And Trish Stratus was women's champion for exactly 1 year at this point, at this event.
Yeah, it was 1 year since she beat Lita for the title.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So she was champion 365 days.
Yeah, and Trish Stratus, at one point, Trish Stratus went for the Matrix, or whatever it's called, the move in the corner, but when Mickie James reversed it, James ended up hitting, Stratisfaction, got a 2 count. That was that was freaking, that was really close. But,
Yeah.
but in the end, freaking Strauss battled back.
He also tried to go for the mitt kick, but that got reversed into the chick kick.
Which is basically the same move. Let's call a spade here.
It is the same move, it's named differently.
So yeah, Mickey James went for the mitt kick. Trish Stratus ducked it, hit the chick kick, got the 3 count, retains the championship. Their matches would get better like months later down the line. But was this like the first big like match that Mickey James had that put her on the WWE radar? Basically, right? And yeah, obviously this wouldn't be the end of their feud. Obviously, they would continue feuding and all the way to the point to where the storyline culminated at WrestleMania, where Mickey actually got the win that night, which we already reviewed and talked about. But your thoughts on this one, their first encounter on pay-per-view?
It was good.
Yep. Yeah. And
was it her best? No. Was it Trish's? No.
Was the cringe about to start?
Mickey James have won if she didn't be starstruck? Yes.
And was the cringe about to start? Yes.
No.
Actually, no. It was after this. I think we seen Lita go into the WWE.com like little.
We saw Edge and Lita going into the WWE Access
area,
which was their backstage thing before they had the big access stuff nowadays.
Yeah, just
where they would go online and ask questions.
Yeah, just think of Access as like early version of WWE Twitter or social media, whatever. Before, social media blew up like it is now. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then Edge was like, I ain't answering any question. Edge was pretty much like, I ain't answering any questions. He got...
Think of it as the equivalent to MySpace, because that's what it basically was.
So yeah, Lita was off answering the questions online. And then we get to the next match, which was...
Edge was saying he's tired of talking about Ric Flair. He's done with it. She can. And that was the end of that segment.
Didn't we have another segment where it was Maria trying to interview herself?
Yes, we had Maria interviewing herself saying, oh, I'm going to be interviewing one of the divas from the Bra and Panty Gauntlet match. Okay, Maria. Do you think you could win? Yes, Maria. I think I could win.
And I'm just like, okay, how bored are you if you have to do an interview with yourself? You're reaching there, right?
And then Gregory Shane Helms came out and said, what's up with that?
Basically. And then who did we see arrive after that? When Gregory Helms was about to go make his entrance.
Oh yeah, you see them going back to the Access where Lita is leaving and she runs into Trish and Mickey James.
In the back. Oh yeah, and I'm talking, well, probably that happened, yeah, but I'm talking about as soon as Gregory Helms left, who the hell did he walk by? It's a really big factor later on in the cringe. I'm talking about when we first see Shelton Benjamin with his mama.
Oh, Shelton Benjamin and his mother.
Yeah, and Shelton and Mama Benjamin was like, okay, what? It's like Shelton was like, I don't even know why. Hey, I don't even have a match. He goes, that's just like right. Did you even eat either?
Kayfabe mother.
His kayfabe mother, obviously, right? But still cringe, right?
Yeah, she was saying, oh, why are you even here? I'm not even having a match. She's like, yeah, you haven't had a match since last year when you won the Intercontinental Championship. And that after losing that, he was going on a long streak.
And she goes, did you even eat? He goes, yeah, in a protest. That ain't nothing to eat on. That nothing. We're catered over there. And then yeah, we'll get to that later. Right?
Yes.
But speaking of Gregory Helms, we see the next matchup, which was Gregory Helms going one-on-one with Jerry the King Lawler. Who the heck asked for that? Right.
And Gregory Shane Helms asked for it when after Jerry the King Lawler was kind of making fun of his hurricane character.
Of course, this all sends back to Gregory Helms' character change because he was the Hurricane. I remember this. He was the Hurricane. Got the shit beaten out of him by Kurt Angle backstage and then just reverted to Gregory Helms. A heelish character. Yep.
Yeah. Now, before we continue, imagine if he turned into Sugary Gregory Helms
Sugar Shane
from
Helms again.
WCW.
Sugar Shane Helms again. No, that. I wouldn't be able to take it seriously. Right then. At least Gregory Helms was his more serious character when it came to his heel persona. Right?
Yes.
And I gotta admit, this was a match. It was a good back and forth match. Gregory Helms was in control for most of it. Including at one time, Helms went out and did a little commentary with Jonathan Coachman out there, right?
Yeah.
And then John goes like, yeah. It's like, yeah, you're always welcome here, including. It's like, yeah, don't mind Joey Styles. He goes, Joey who? All right.
Gregory Helms is like, oh yeah, maybe after I beat Jerry the King Lawler, I would come back out tonight and do his job. And he's like, oh yeah, you're always welcome to be here. We could always forget Joey Styles. And he's like, Joey who?
Exactly. All right.
Yes.
But once back in the ring, Gregory Helms had Jerry Lawler down. And he went to the top rope Gregory Helms went up to the top rope for presumably a high flying maneuver. And then Jerry Lawler nailed the freaking turnbuckles, which caused Helms to crotch himself. So yeah, Lawler was a dick to Gregory's Helms. Right?
Yeah.
And Lawler then went up to the freaking, I believe, second rope and did a diving fist drop on Helms to win the match. I'm like, what a way to bury your new heel talent. Okay. Having him lose to a commentator. Right?
Well, it actually made his character more pronounced than him actually winning
Yeah.
the match.
Yeah, how so? In your opinion?
Because if he would have won, I could actually see them kind of doing a face heel there
Yeah.
of Gregory Helms, but they wanted him to turn completely heel.
Yeah.
So it solidified his character because he kept getting made fun of losing to Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah, of course. It wasn't all bad for Gregory Helms following his loss to Jerry Lawler.
So it kind of made his more heelish turn mean more because he would turn even more mean, and then that would coincide with him going back to SmackDown or going to the SmackDown pay-per-view for the Cruiserweight title because he was a former Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, because shortly after this, I don't know if it was at the Royal Rumble later in the month or No Way Out 06. I think we may have reviewed it. I'm not sure. Gregory Helms would jump to SmackDown, challenge for the Cruiserweight title, win that championship, and hold on to that title for over a year.
Yes.
So, in the long run for the Gregory Helms character this time, it wasn't all bad. Right?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is that kind of solidified his heel turn more of losing to Jerry Lawler, which made him look more into the darker side of himself.
Yeah, and of course, Jerry Lawler wouldn't come back out until, I believe the last 3 matches of the night. Right? At this point, to do commentary. Right?
He come out after a tiny break from because he was out there during Shelton Benjamin's match.
Yeah. But the one before the Benjamin match was Triple H and the Big Show, but there's a little something we need to talk about that happened before that. And this is where the cringe starts. I'll let you cover this one, buddy. What did we see backstage in the catering area? You're laughing about, you can't even talk.
Okay. We have where Shelton Benjamin's mother, Mama Benjamin, was in catering looking at the food where it was just PBJ, sandwich, and fruit.
Yeah.
Which was an orange or an apple. I forget which one it was.
Yeah, but that's totally irrelevant. But go on.
Then she's like, "Oh, this wouldn't help my son. He needs some collard greens, some cornbread." And then all you hear is Big Viscera, the world's largest love machine. And you see Viscera come out.
Mind you, Mama Benjamin was bent over, like probably was standing bent over, like in front of a trash can or something, or to the side, off to the side of the table,
She was going through her purse.
or going through her purse or whatever.
And all you see is him bumping and grinding.
And what did he say?
Yeah. So he was doing a little bump and grind.
And what did he say that made this segment more cringe?
And then he's all like, "Oh, so you're Benjamin's mama. How about you call me daddy? I want a piece of that. Why don't you cut me a piece of that chocolate cream pie?"
All of a sudden you hear, "Excuse me?"
Well, first of all, he said, "Oh, you have a lot of junk in your trunk. Why don't you call me daddy?"
Jesus Christ. And the whole time I was just cringing. I'm like, what the hell am I seeing?
And this is exactly how he sounded, the way that I just sounded. He's like, "You have a lot of junk in your trunk. Why don't you call me daddy?"
It's like, yeah, you want action? You're gonna get action, all right. Benjamin Shelton, all right. And I'm just like,
And she's all like, "Excuse." So actually, she was the originator of the "excuse me," not
Vicky Guerrero.
Vicky Guerrero.
And I look at that, I'm just like, Lord have mercy on my eyes. And if you think that was cringe, it gets worse. But so far, that was the cringiest thing I've seen up to this point. But it gets worse, trust me. Hey.
And then she's like, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, you Benjamin's my boy." And she's all like, "Oh, you want some action? I'll get you some action."
And I'm just like, and I see that, I'm just like, the cringe is real with this one. And then we go on to, and then we take a little break from the cringe. We go to something serious. We get Triple H versus the Big Show as the next matchup here. Big Show, of course, one half of the World Tag Champions with Kane at this point, which Kane's in the main event. And the backstory of this one is Triple H freaking cost Big Show a Elimination Chamber qualifier match to Michaels by having Michaels win by DQ when Triple H attacked him. So Big Show did the same thing with costing Triple H a match with Kane.
Well, first it started where Big Show was confronting Triple H for beat when he dissolved, when the whole Evolution dissolved. He was beating up on
Ric
Flair. So he's like, "Oh, you have no conscience," and then Triple H cost Big Show the match against Michaels by hitting Michaels in the head with a steel chair,
thus giving Michaels a DQ win. Screwing over Big
Show. That same night, it was
Kane and Triple H's qualifier for the Chamber.
Kane and Triple H's qualifying match. And Big Show came out, and after the ref got knocked down by Triple H and Kane, Triple H went to get the sledgehammer, and Big Show comes out, and him and Kane chokeslam Triple H.
And Kane got the win there, so Triple H got cost the match qualifier as well, leading to this. And during the contract signing, Big Show was like, "I don't need a sledgehammer to injure her people. I have my own two hands." During the freaking contract signing, Triple H attacked Big Show, took the sledgehammer that was underneath the table, took that sledgehammer and broke Big Show's hand on the freaking steel stairs with it.
Yes.
Which then the last Raw before this event, Big Show came out sporting a giant ass cast, giving freaking Big Show a weapon. Right?
Yes.
The world big cast, breaking down chairs, breaking down monitors with it. Like Triple H just realized I fucked up. Right?
At this moment, he knew he done fucked up. Because remember, the cast is legal because the same thing happened with Undertaker and Brock
Look at
Lesnar.
the cast that Big Show freaking had on. That thing wasn't a cast; it was a catcher's mitt. It was a giant club.
Oh, his freaking hand is a size 22.
It was a giant ass club he was sporting around, right?
Yes.
So Big Show made his entrance first. Triple H then came out. Triple H was like, at the start of the match, like, tell him to take that cast off. The referee's like, no, it's legal. So Big Show's whole focus was trying to freaking hit Triple H with a cast, but that never happened. But Big Show was on offense up until they got to the outside when Big Show tried to use the cast onto Triple H to nail Triple H in the head with it, but Triple H moved out of the way and the cast went to the steel post, thus cracking, right?
Yeah.
And for the next several minutes of the match, Triple H was focusing on that hand, trying to get the cast to break even more. Eventually, he got the cast off, like Lesnar did with that Taker in that match between the two. So the focus came Big Show's hand, but Big Show reluctantly battled back against Triple H, creatively trying to do anything he can to not have that hand injured even more. Then they went to the outside. I think the referee got knocked down for this. They went to the outside. Then Triple H freaking took a steel chair and smashed Big Show's hand with it while it was on the steps. Right?
He tried to pick up the steel steps, and that didn't work. And then Triple H tripped him where grabbed his toe, whatever the fuck it is.
Drop toe hold or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. And he fell to the ground, and his arm magically landed right on the freaking bottom steps.
Yes.
And he freaking went and grabbed the steel chair and bashed it.
Yep. Yeah, and at this point, Big Show's hand was shattered, but referee was still down now. Triple H then tried to grab a sledgehammer, but Big Show freaking chopped the sledgehammer in half with his messed up hand. Right?
Yeah.
Big Show at this point was firmly in control, but went for a choke slam with his good hand, but Triple H freaking countered it and nailed Big Show with a sledgehammer. With a broken sledgehammer, I should say. And despite a valiant effort from the Big Show here, Triple H was able to nail a pedigree onto Big Show, who was already dazed. Referee magically got up after that and counted a 3 for Triple H.
Yep.
Your thoughts on this one? I know I'm not going through these spot for spot, but your thoughts on this one?
It was good. Was it their best match? No. Did they have better? Yes.
But did they tell the story that they needed to tell? Yes. Right? That's all that mattered here for this match. Because even at the time, I thought to myself, there's no doubt Triple H was going to win. Right? Oh, boy. And then we go to... Yeah, and then we go to the next match of the night. Oh yeah, we see I think we seen Shawn Michaels in the back first, being freaking going face to face with Vince McMahon back there in the trainer's room, right?
Well, first we had Shelton Benjamin trying to talk to his mom so he can go get an apology from Viscera. Then it cuts to, she's like, no, I don't want that. You're going to be in a match.
And then it cut to Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon in the trainer's room.
Yes.
Shawn Michaels telling, well, there's a first time and everything. This was Shawn Michaels entering the chamber match at number 1. He goes, hey, yeah, if I could have survived that, it'd be the first time someone did that in the history of this match. You gotta realize there wasn't that many chamber matches at this point, right?
Yeah, Shawn Michaels was the first WrestleMania. Had the first ladder match.
At WrestleMania. He won the first Hell in a Cell match. He won the first Elimination Chamber match. Was the first man to enter the Royal Rumble as number 1 and win it.
Yes.
And then Vince was like, well, if you win, it'll be a cold day. It'll be the first time. It'll be freaking all hell be frozen over.
He laughed and said, oh, and if you do win, that would mean hell has frozen over.
Yeah, and then we get to the next match, which was Shelton Benjamin versus Viscera, but before Viscera could even come out, freaking Mama Benjamin was all yelling, telling Viscera to come out and get in this match with Benjamin here. With Shelton Benjamin here, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway. So anyway, the Viscera came out, the match was on, and it was alright for the most part. The only thing distracting it was Mama Benjamin's constant yelling from ringside, hey, I think we know where freaking Vicky Guerrero got her gimmick from. Right?
Oh, I also like the fact, get up, Benjamin! If you don't get up, I'm gonna get my belt!
And I'm just like, hey, does that sound familiar to you? That phrase alone.
Yes.
And of course, it was funny when
punishment was actually legal.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, and it was kind of comical seeing Viscera freaking perform his finisher on Benjamin. We all know what that looks like. And he was pointing at Mama Benjamin while doing it.
Oh, you mean when she was spinning on his ass?
Yes. And Mama Benjamin was just watching and freaking cringe and horror. Probably a little bit of both. But Benjamin fought back, kicked out of the pinfall from Viscera after that, got back up, got in control of Viscera, got him dazed into the ropes near the end of the match where Mama Benjamin nailed Viscera twice in the head with a loaded purse.
Yeah, what was it? It was a brick.
Yeah, and then Shelton then performed the Dragon Whip kick for the 3 count on Viscera to win the match. Your thoughts on this one?
The spin kick?
Or the spin kick or the Dragon Whip, that's what it's called, right? Your thoughts
on but they called it the spin kick.
Yeah, but your thoughts on this Viscera Shelton Benjamin match that all started with the cringe backstage segment.
It was interesting. Was it their best matches? No. Did Viscera become even worse than what he was? Yes, because he became meaner. Yeah. And then he became his other version, Big Daddy V.
He became Big Daddy V. And we know that's your favorite incarnation of Viscera.
Could say it was Big Daddy Viscera, yeah.
Yeah, that was your favorite incarnation of Viscera, wasn't it? Actually, no. No one really liked Big Daddy V's character. No one wanted to see floppy man titties all around back then. So your favorite incarnation of Viscera was when he was King Mabel at the 1995 King of the Ring.
No, that was yours.
No, that was yours.
That was yours.
Yeah, Viscera competed in better matches. And Shelton Benjamin competed in better matches, but they told the cringe story that they needed to tell on this night. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and if you think, because it was before the main event, we see him in the back, Benjamin and his mom in the back, on what was it, Access again, and that's when it was revealed that the purse he had a brick in it. After when Mama Benjamin was celebrating Shelton's victory, but you think that whole thing with Viscera and Mama Benjamin was cringe? No. What we're about to talk about is even more cringe as fucking hell. And I ain't talking about just the match. The match is cringe. But somehow Vince McMahon cranked it up to 100 and made it more cringe. Right?
What?
And you know what match I'm talking about.
Oh, the bra and panty gauntlet.
Yes, it was Maria taking on... It was Maria versus Candice, Michelle versus Victoria versus Tori Wilson versus Ashley. Right? And all of...
Versus Mae Young and Moolah.
They weren't even officially in the match. But
They were still there.
But the match started off with Maria and Candice. Candice got eliminated by being stripped down, or bra and panties, who cares. Next one out was Tori Wilson. Well, Candice Michelle freaking managed to get the shirt off of freaking... Why am I even talking about this? Even got the shirt off of Maria here. Then Maria fought off Tori Wilson. Fought off Tori Wilson. Tori Wilson got stripped down. I'm just going through this freaking dang quickly here. And then Victoria came out, wasn't even in the mood to screw around, beat the heck out of freaking Maria, and finished stripping Maria down to her bra and panties. And then what happened after that? Because, well, this is bullshit and cringe.
Your favorite, Mae and Moolah, came out.
The whole time I was cringing. Match.
And then all you hear is the 1950s striptease music.
At this point, I'm like, I put my beanie over my freaking eyes. I'm like, I am not going to watch this at all. This is bullshit. I don't even care if it's for the review or not. And what did you see?
Mae Young strips to her suggy boobs with pasties on.
No one wanted to see. Who the heck was that for? Nobody wanted to see that at all.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
And then what happened?
And then if that wasn't bad enough, she stripped two boomers.
Even Gerald Lawler was like, "What is that?"
Well, before that, he's like, "Oh, my breath, 24 minutes."
What the fuck? Right. And then freaking Victoria disgusted.
And all that's holding her up is varicose veins.
God. And after that, I wish we were making this up, but it actually happened at this show. That's too stupid and cringe to make up. Right? So the word for the cringiest moment of this show was that. And then what did Victoria do? Disgusted by it, she attacked Mae Young, but then freaking Will and Mae Young double teamed her anyway. And, well, the top got removed. The bra almost came off too, by the way.
Well, yeah. Mae had her hands on her bra instead of her shirt. She tried to rip the bra.
Yes. But after that, whatever shirt was off after that, Ashley came out, performed a sunset flip, freaking took the shorts off of Victoria, whatever, won the match. Who cares? I didn't give a shit. Ashley deserved better matches than this. And I hated this match. It's like I hated this match. The late Ashley Mazzaro deserved more than this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, was it the best match of the night? No, it was the worst match of the night. It was the cringiest, too. Right? Can we talk about the chamber match now? I don't want to talk anymore about Moolah, Mae Young, this match. No, I don't want to do that. Right?
You know you loved it. You know you wanted to see more pasties.
That's you, because you're the one talking about it. I am not.
You're the one that wanted to see
You're the
more.
one who sent me a video earlier for when you were watching it and be like, gee, this is what you get to look forward to. Like, why?
This is what you love. You love it, don't you? Yeah, you love it, don't you, boy?
It's like, no, I'm good. But anyway, after all that cringe, we still got the WWE title Elimination Chamber match to go. And it was WWE Champion John Cena defending against Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, World Tag Champion Kane, Carlito, and Chris Masters. Yeah, I forgot to mention one of the backstage segments earlier in the show was Carlito and Chris Masters in the locker room talking about how they're going to team up and take out the other four competitors who were former champions in their own right.
Yeah, Chris Masters was 23 years old at this time.
And January 8th was his birthday. I didn't even know that. So wait, that would make him 43 coming up here in a couple weeks. Right?
Yes.
In the current timeline, right?
And if he would have won, he would have beaten
Brock Lesnar.
Randy Orton's record for the youngest champion.
Which that didn't happen, spoiler alert, but then again, everyone knows what happens anyway. Right?
Yes.
And of course, John Cena and Shawn Michaels began the match. Started the match off, but then... And after some great back and forth, which was a prelude to their WrestleMania 23 encounter a year later, right? Freaking Carlito came in, started dominating both freaking Michaels and Cena, but those two eventually battled back. But it was all for nothing because the fourth person in was Angle, and he was a house of fire, delivering suplex after suplex after suplex, including suplexing freaking Carlito onto the outside, onto the steel floor, right?
Yeah.
And then Angle then freaking catapulted Michaels into the chamber wall, thus busting him open, and freaking threw him into the chamber pod. Right?
Yeah.
And then Angle Angle House of Fire here freaking applied the ankle lock on the freaking Carlito, who somehow held on until Chris Masters came out. He was the next guy in there. Yeah, then Masters broke up the ankle lock, but then Angle came back. Then Angle then locked the ankle lock onto John Cena, but a bloody Shawn Michaels came back in the ring, nailed the sweet chin music on the Angle, and pinned Angle and eliminated Angle from the match.
Yep.
Which that was a shocker because Angle was one of the fan favorites in this matchup. And after some action between the remaining competitors, Kane was the final person in the match. And Kane then then Kane came in, was a house of fire, executing choke slams on all the opponents, including a jumping off the top rope, nailing a flying clothesline like he usually would, I believe, on the Masters. Right? But then when he went for a choke slam on Carlito onto the outside, freaking Masters came in, tried to put Kane in the master lock, but Kane powered out of it. But then the double teaming from Carlito and Chris Masters came into play. Right? And eventually Kane was freaking put down. Was eliminated by both Masters and Carlito. Down for the 3 count. I'm like, wow, that's another big name gone. Early, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there was 4 men left in the matchup. Cena and Michaels were double teaming on Carlito and Masters, trying to wear them down for elimination.
Well, it was Masters and Carlito that were wearing down Michaels and Cena.
But then eventually Michaels nailed a sweet chin music onto John Cena, but Carlito and Masters freaking started double teaming Michaels before he could go for the pin to eliminate Cena, which resulted in Carlito executing a rolling cutter onto Michaels, and Michaels got pinned and eliminated by Carlito.
Yes.
Right? Which meant the last 3 men in this chamber match were Masters, Carlito, and Cena, and it didn't look good for Cena at all. Right?
Yeah.
And they kept double teaming Cena, trying to freaking stop his comeback, which also included Masters performing the DDT onto the steel floor of the chamber, thus busting Cena open. Yeah, and then freaking back in the ring, when all 3 competitors were back in the ring, Carlito freaking was telling Masters, hey, put Cena in the freaking master lock and get him to tap out. Or at least pass out to eliminate him, right?
Yeah.
So Masters went along with that plan, applied the freaking master lock onto Cena, and after like about 20 seconds or so stuck in the hold, freaking Carlito was like, you know what? Screw you, Masters. So Carlito decided to be a dick to Chris's Masters by low blowing him from behind. And then Carlito eliminated Masters with a freaking roll up. The most devastating move in all of sports entertainment, supposedly. And of
Hey,
course,
yeah, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
and Masters,
John Cena did a roll up and got the 3 count.
yeah, before Masters had time to freaking process what happened, of course, Cena then hit the most devastating move on Carlito with the surprise roll up to eliminate freaking Carlito and win the match to retain the WWE Championship. And you know what? Cena won the Elimination Chamber. Everyone was happy about it, despite all the boos that Cena got at this point. And New Year's Revolution ended with John Cena celebrating his Elimination Chamber victory, and everyone went home happy. Wait, what are you talking about? What do you mean there was one more match? Are you sure that's what happened? Oh shit, this is big news. Okay. Before John Cena could even catch his breath, freaking Vince McMahon came out and said, raise the cage. Congrats to John Cena, but there's one more match that needs to be done here, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy. And then Vince McMahon then announced that this man is cashing in his Money in the Bank contract that he won at WrestleMania 21. Edge. So Edge cashed in Money in the Bank. This was the first ever Money in the Bank cash in, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Then at the start of the match up here, Cena all weak and all bloody got speared by Edge, but managed to kick out. Right? Yeah, and then Edge was like, what the hell am I going to do? This guy's superhuman. What the heck am I going to do? He's worn out beating how the hell he kicked out. So eventually Edge freaking getting his composure back, measured John Cena up again, nailed a second spear to Cena and got the 3 count and won the championship. And that's how Edge won his first world championship, and the Money in the Bank cash-in was a successful one. Your thoughts on the chamber match and the cash-in as a whole?
Good. It was the start of Cena Edge rivalry, because it was also the start of Edge being a transitional champion when he said, "Oh, when I got this, I'm not going to be a transitional champion." What happened at the Royal Rumble? He lost.
Yeah, 3 weeks. It doesn't matter if Edge's first reign lasts only 3 weeks. That was his first of like 11, 12, 13 reigns, however many he had in his career. And this doesn't count towards, my overall score, but what happened the next night on Raw following New Year's Revolution with Edge and Lita?
Oh, they had a live sex celebration.
Which that was cringe in its own right to see. But yeah, if we ever do a retrospective on Edge's WWE career, more on that in detail during that, right?
Yeah.
During that discussion. I ain't discussing all that here, but that was New Year's Revolution in the bag, so now we go to what I always call our favorite portion of these reviews, and that's our rating system. Ric Flair defeating Edge by disqualification in that Intercontinental Championship match. I gave that one 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
You agree about the same?
Yeah.
Trish Stratus defeating Mickie James to retain the Women's Championship. I gave that one 3 out of 5.
3.5.
Jerry Lawler defeating Gregory Helms. I gave that one 2 3/4 out of 5.
4.
Why 4?
Because it was hilarious.
You enjoyed it way more than I did. Triple H defeating...
And it also solidified his heel comeback.
Yep. Triple H defeating the Big Show. I gave that one 3 3/4 out of 5.
4.
Shelton Benjamin defeating Viscera. I gave that one a 2 out of 5.
3.5.
Ashley Mazzaro winning that Bra and Panties Gauntlet match. Yeah, 0 out of 5.
3.5.
I was not impressed. That match sucked, and it was the most cringiest.
It was funny as hell.
John Cena retaining the WWE Championship in that Elimination Chamber match. I gave that one 4 3/4 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
And Edge defeating John Cena to win the WWE Championship after cashing in his Money in the Bank contract. Now, normally I don't give high scores to short squash matches, which this was, but I'm giving it 5 out of 5, mostly because it was the first ever Money in the Bank cash in. And it was Edge's first world title win.
4.5.
You say 4.5, I say 5 out of 5. So my personal final grade for New Year's Revolution 2006 is a B.
A.
Yeah, you only giving an A for nipple pasties.
I know you loved them.
No. I gave it a B, and that's...
It was a good pay-per-view overall.
I mean, I gave it a B mostly because of the strength of the Elimination Chamber and, of course, the historic first ever Money in the Bank cash-in. Which, those are the only 2 matches I'd recommend you see. You don't need to see anything else from this show, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, what matches from the show would you recommend?
Let's see. There's the Shelton Benjamin versus Viscera. There's Edge versus Flair.
The chamber match itself. And, of
There's
course, the cash-in.
There's the Braun Panty Gauntlet.
No, I would not recommend that. Don't even waste your time watching that. It's a real cringe fest.
No, don't let him trick you guys. He wants you to watch it. He loved it.
No, I didn't. You're the only one who got enjoyment out of it, cringe lord.
He loved it long time.
No. That's you, cringe lord.
He loved it long time.
We get it. You got an old woman fetish. We get it. I do not want to know about it.
I know you do.
I do not want to know about it. And by the way, these are jokes, by the way.
I know you do.
These are jokes, by the way, but still, I don't want to, I had enough cringe. So now would usually be the time that we would tell you, this was your pick to do. Now would be usually the time that I would tell you my pick for the next, classic paper review, but quite frankly, I don't even know when the next classic paper review will be at this point. Because at time of upload, all the WWE pay-per-views have been erased off of Peacock, and I'm assuming they'll be on ESPN, but I don't know if it's gonna be up on, if they're gonna be, all the old shows are gonna be up on ESPN by the time I upload this or not. So next week's a little WWE wrestling podcast, same wrestling podcast video that we do. It's gonna be something different. Something unique, something that we haven't done before on discussing this, because all we've been doing is doing reviews of classic shows and current pay-per-views, which we'll still do the current pay-per-view reviews. That's no issue, obviously, right? Like our next current pay-per-view will be the Royal Rumble of 2026. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what are we gonna do for the podcast next week? Well, here's my choice for the podcast next week. We are going to be introducing a new podcast segment, and that's Superstar Highlight or Superstar Bios.
We're not going to be able to do that because we'd have to watch every match.
I know exactly.
So
it's
going to have to wait.
Or maybe you're right. We'd have to.
No, because we'd have to watch every match. Unless we're just doing it from this year. But if we're doing every wrestle, we'd have to go back and watch their matches, which we can't do when this gets up because it won't be on Peacock.
Or how about this? Oh yeah, that's right. How about this? Instead of doing that, we will do that and point out their careers at some point, like best moments from memory. But who knows? Our next freaking thing might be a top 10 list, top 20 list, another like.
It'll probably be another tier list that'll be going up because like you say, he wanted to do a retrospect. He forgot that we have to go back and look at their matches and pick what ones even from the pay-per-views, which ones we liked and disliked.
So I think next week probably be a tier list. We're probably going to be doing a bunch of tier lists, or just random discussions, right?
Yes.
So next week's tier list. I guess we'll just do a tier list next week. Fuck it. Right. So here we go. Next week's tier list. I know Royal Rumble. I know January is a Royal Rumble season, but I know we did a tier list of ranking every single Royal Rumble winner. I remember that one vaguely, but how about this? How about this? We rank every single Royal Rumble event. Now, we don't have to watch all the Royal Rumble matches or all the Royal Rumble events. Obviously, we can't do that anyway, but we know what they were by memory at this point. And we can do some research on it anyway. Other ways, you know what I'm saying? So maybe the next one will be a Royal Rumble pay-per-view tier list or something. Or whatnot, or a WrestleMania tier list, or whatever. But either way, we're going to have something out next week.
Greatest rivalries tier list.
Or a rivalries tier list, like great rivalry tier lists. Okay, we can do that.
I came up with one for you. The greatest rivals tier list of WWE.
Yeah, like their top ones that they always talk about.
Yes.
And see where we would rank those ourselves or stuff like that. Yeah, we'll do a rivalries tier list next week. So.
And, oh, by the way, Alberto Del Rio may come back.
Oh God. Oh God, that would be that'd be something, wouldn't it?
Because he's in talks with them because they bought or they're partnered with
AAA.
AAA.
Yeah. So yeah, if that happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. But next week, regardless what kind of tier list it'll be a tier list next week. Maybe we'll, and if we do another podcast following that, maybe it'll just be us discussing our top 10 favorite matches or moments, because we don't need to watch anything for that. That's all subjective. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do a tier list next week, and then we'll do a podcast discussing our favorite matches and moments, like top 20 lists or something like that. Or top 10 of our favorite matches or whatever. It doesn't matter. So anyway, until next time, we will catch y'all later. Peace.
Doses.